Hello, my name is USHA Patel, and I'd like to welcome you today to The Path. Sponsored by Keystone Partners Group, this show is specifically designed to share with you some of the secrets, some of the strategies, some of the tools, and believe it or not, superpowers that some of our rising stars are using to get on their success path. And today I have Eric Leadbetter, and he's from our Clinton, New Jersey office of Keller Williams, and John Phillips, who's one of our newer agents who's really seeing a lot of success. And so I'd like to welcome you. Welcome, Eric. Welcome, John. Thank you so much for being here today. So you could both be out there doing power hour, lead generation, and getting more contracts.
Yeah.
Instead, you guys are here sharing some of the great things about what you're doing working together.
Yeah.
So let's just start with you, Eric. Tell us a little bit about how long you've been in business. It's not been that long, and you've got such success already.
Yeah, so I started back in May of 2014. So I've only been in real estate for just over 2 years. And in my first full year, I think my volume was about 3.5 million. And
Wow.
then in my second year, I'm about to hit 8 million.
8 million in volume
8 million
in your
volume.
second year.
Yeah.
That
So it's
really
crazy.
rocks.
yeah, it's pretty awesome. Yeah.
Because you know what? I know agents that are 15 years or more sometimes that are still having a struggle.
Yeah, it blows my mind every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think the success strategies or your focus has been? What do you think has gotten you there?
I always have a vision for myself,
Okay.
and I think that's important to kind of keep in front of me what I want to get and how I want to get there, and hard work and take action. I mean, I get up every day with a purpose. So that's my...
So you have a good vision
Yeah.
and a good plan,
Yeah.
and you take action.
100%.
So just within 2 years, you've been in the real estate world helping a lot of clients.
Yeah.
And your role right now is as a productivity coach. And actually, it's with our newest office,
Yeah.
and that's in Clinton, New Jersey. And I think it's about 100 agents. And you're the productivity coach. Tell a lot of the viewers today how that all came about for you. I mean, you're already in a leadership role.
Yeah.
You've still got your real estate business.
Yeah.
And you're now on a path for helping agents as well.
Yeah, so it goes back to that vision. When I first started in real estate, I've always had real estate in my head. Even before real estate, I just knew I wanted to be in real estate in some capacity. So when I first started, I was watching the leadership around me,
Oh, wow.
and I said, I want to do that. And so from the gate, from the beginning, I said, I'm going to do that. And then I just kind of put the bug out there, and I let people know I have something bigger in my head than where I am right now. And so that's how I got started. And I think within 6 months, I was having conversations with team leaders about how do I get to the next step.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So they already knew that you had a passion for being in leadership.
Yeah.
And so exploring that kind of got you into the position that you're in right now.
Oh, yeah.
And so at the Clinton office, how many agents are you coaching, and how long have you been a productivity coach?
I've been a productivity coach for a month and a half.
A month and a half.
Yeah.
So for the viewers, really, you don't have to be in the real estate world or in business for that long before you could actually really get promotion in terms of opportunities.
Yeah, the opportunity came and was offered, and I took it in a second because I knew that's where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
So we have about 30 people in our coaching program right now doing some pretty awesome stuff.
And John's one of
John's
them.
one of them. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, and I'm going to come back to you just so that we can really, again, share the success, even that short period of time that you've gotten on this path. And so, John,
Yes.
tell us about how you got started in real estate. And again, because a lot of our viewers may be new, they may be, seasoned agents, or even people exploring the real estate option as a business. How long have you been in real estate? How did you get started?
Beginning?
Start from the beginning so we can all know your story.
Well, as I was getting older in life and having family and everything, I needed to maximize my time and make the most amount of money and profit by it. So I decided to take a real estate class last fall, And during that class, I met Tara Stone, who is the team leader from the Clinton office.
She's awesome.
Yeah, she's good. Yeah, and
she's unstoppable.
Yeah, and her power and her just energy that when she came to our office and talked about Keller Williams and everything that they offer, I just knew that I wanted to be with that team. And when I signed up in February, I learned to maximize your time and using the tools that they offer. Pro coach Eric, you know what I mean? He just knows what I need, and we just focus on it, and they have the tools there to their new agents to maximize what you can do with what you have right now. And that's right now, as I'm doing that, I got a couple listings. I think I have 8 listings right now.
You've got 8 listings?
Yeah, 8 listings, and I just signed up, like I said, in February of 2016. So right now I'm just focusing on the listings of properties and also in investment properties as well.
Right. So, I hear a lot of new agents, when they first get started in real estate, listings is not something that they focus on. Many times a newer agent might think that it's easier to work with a buyer. And of course, we're serving our community with buyers and sellers, and our sellers are buyers too. However, we also know that focusing on listings can really help us build our business.
Yeah.
And so I think it's, for us with coaching, that is the focus. And what the great thing about is that you're actually on that path of taking listings and serving sellers. So your business has a really good chance of growing quickly.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
So in the short period of time that you've started with real estate, what kind of training have you received, and what kind of focus? You talked about focus and time, and obviously those are really important aspects. Share with us about some of the training that you've received.
Well, besides the one-on-one I have with Eric, we have one about once a month maybe. We have meetings. I also went to BOLD, which is a program that's offered by Keller Williams, and Eric was there as well with me.
Right, yeah.
And that's a program to, it's not fun, it's increase your stress, I believe. What do you think, Eric?
Sure.
By increasing your stress, you learn to maximize. Without any pressure, you'll have no gain in life. Anything you do,
that's right.
In any kind of business you have, and it's a way. You have to learn to stress yourself and to increase your productivity.
Yeah.
And also in that, there's many different things like time management and just maximize your profitability again.
Yeah, everything in life that we desire is outside our comfort zone.
Exactly.
The more we stay in our comfort zone, the more we're really, limiting our opportunities. So, so many of the coaches and Gary Keller and Tony DeSello, they're constantly really pointing that out, that, if you're comfortable, then you're not growing. And if you're not growing, there's no opportunities.
Yeah.
So how did BOLD stress you out? Tell us about BOLD.
How did it stress me out? Let's see, when was BOLD? Tuesday?
Yeah.
Monday night, I was like, do I have to go? But no, it really taught you how to go out of your comfort zone, lead generate. And that's one thing, like getting into real estate, I really didn't understand that.
Right.
But now looking back at it, like lead generating, getting on the phone, calling people constantly, expireds, for sale by owners, and just getting out there to people to know that you're in the real estate business is how you grow. You don't grow by sitting on your couch waiting, looking at the phone. You got to pick the phone up. You got to call. So that's what I got out of it. And also, like I said, time blocking. Time blocking to me was a huge thing. Having a family, I need time for many different things. Right. And I felt like by doing one day a week with the BOLD on Tuesday took away from doing other stuff, but I think I even got more done during those 7 weeks by taking BOLD, just because you learn to maximize every minute of your day and sit down and schedule.
Yeah. When I first got started in real estate, that was one of the first things that my coach got me to do, and that was time block. And number one, time block family time. Number one, time block personal time. Yeah. And there was also time blocking working on the business and working in the business.
Yeah. Right.
So working on the business was learning and putting systems in so that way your business would grow. And working in the business was lead generation, working with the clients, going on appointments, writing contracts, and all that. Yeah. So it is an interesting thing and a very important aspect of success for anyone in business to constantly be working in your business and working on your business.
Yeah, you're right.
So doing Bold once a week was working on your business, but it was also working in your business because of the lead generation you did. Yeah. So did a lot of your listings come during this short period of time, or have they been a steady flow of business?
During Bold, I picked up two listings.
Okay.
But looking back at most of the listings, they were just calling, lead generating, calling people. You start off with, I mean, they teach you, he teaches you, he's like, take your phone, that's your database right now. Before you get anything else, start on your phone. Go to your circle. Your circle is your family and friends. Call them. They want to help you. Call them up. Do you know anybody that wants to buy, sell, or in real estate, anything? And that's why I started. And from there, it just keeps growing.
So very important for agents to have a database.
Yes.
Yeah, or a database, right?
Yeah.
database, whichever way you want to call it. and that definitely is, it's I'm always amazed at how agents, sometimes, real estate folks, we talk about it and yet there's not a lot of focus on it. And yet that's our business. If we don't have a business, if we don't have a database, we don't have a business. Yeah. It's all relationships. So
one of the things that I loved about Bold as well, because I was there with John, and
that's right.
Was really the Bold laws. There's this thing called Bold laws that you're in Bold, and so beyond lead generating and beyond the tools that they give you, it really is about mindset. And so that's what I took away from Bold, was really just one of the Bold laws is what you focus on expands. And that to me was such an eye-opener, because if people just kind of hone in and focus on what they want, it typically happens.
That's right.
It's not easy, but it typically happens. And so that's what I got out of Bold.
Yeah, life isn't easy. It's simple, but it's not easy.
Sure. Yeah.
Business is simple, but not easy, right?
Yeah.
And absolutely what we focus on. So the Bold laws are very powerful, and I'm always grateful for Diana Kokoska writing that.
Absolutely.
That Bold program. And I know it's really helped us with leveraging, as productivity coaches, we find that it's definitely a program that really helps us to leverage the education, because we also, as leaders, we walk the walk and talk the talk. So tell us a little bit about it. It was your first time and you jumped into the leadership role.
Yeah.
How did that work out in terms of you leading the rest of the leaders and also being able to be a great role model for the agents?
Yeah, so I think it's one of the things that John was talking about with Bold is sometimes you have to put yourself in uncomfortable situations in order to grow.
Yeah.
So when we were sitting within our teams, they posed this question: who wants to take the leadership role within your team? And I'm with all these great leaders already.
Yes.
So something in me said, just raise your hand and take the leadership role. I had no idea what to expect, but I raised my hand, and a couple of the other leaders pointed at me at the same time, so I knew I was it. And so that was, I was uncomfortable. It was a crazy situation to be in, but I took the bull by the horns and just decided to run with it, and it was a great experience. Yeah.
Many times, I've been told that if you just step up, the opportunities will show up.
Yeah.
And we just have to show up in the opportunities. So anytime that somebody's, a great piece of advice is that if you feel concerned, just step up. Step up, and amazing gifts will show up for you. Yeah.
And I had all these wonderful people challenging me every single day, even after Bold. I mean, just through text messages or phone calls or just in our daily practice, we had accountability partners. We had people to call when we needed somebody to say, hey, I'm having a moment that I am confused, or I have a question, or this is challenging. And all these people, even John, all these people are just there for you 100%. And that to me is awesome.
So a lot of collaboration, a lot of teamwork allows growth and success with people and through people.
Yeah.
And I feel like, as joining Keller Williams, that's why I feel like our office is. It's like you could talk to anybody. You might could talk to an agent that's been in business for 10 years.
Yes.
And they're not going to give you the cold shoulder, like, who are you?
Right.
They're going to say, how you doing? Yeah, I'll help you.
I know. I was at the Clinton office on Thursday at the team meeting, and Fred, he has $4 million under contract pending.
Yeah.
And
Superstar.
Just a great person that's always willing to help, right? Yeah. So that's the environment.
Oh, completely. I mean, I've worked in the Bethlehem, Pennsylvania office and now the Clinton, New Jersey office.
Yes.
And hands down, the most collaborative group of people, agents that have been with Keller Williams for a long time. You can walk down a hallway and say, hey, I'm having a challenging situation, or something's, and they'll sit with you and talk through that experience, which is unheard of in some places.
And before I started with Keller Williams and Keystone Partners Group specifically, I remember at my previous office there wasn't that kind of support and collaboration. Right. And so for our viewers, what I'm hearing you say is that it's when choosing a place to work, it's really important to surround yourself with people who really is also wanting for you to be able to realize your goals as well, and helping each other.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's what I'm hearing you say.
Oh yeah. And sometimes we do these team meetings. Not sometimes, we do these team meetings every month. And one of the great things that I see happen is sometimes the team leaders will call successful people up or have a panel and say, what did you do to get this business? Right. And they're just sharing with everybody at the team meeting what they've had success with, what they've done, and you don't see that in a lot of other places. So it's really cool.
It is, and when we work out of scarcity, it's really a difficult thing versus thinking. There's a lot of abundance.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The abundant thinking brings a lot more.
Yeah, sure.
And so the more we share, it's not like that you're not going to get enough business, because there's more than enough business out there for everybody. Right. It's just how could we better serve our community? Yeah. And so really that's what we're all about. And so I want to ask you the question. You've only been a productivity coach for a short period of time. Yeah. Tell us about the success that you're having.
Oh, sure. So when I got into the Clinton office, we had about 16 or 17 people in the coaching program. And so my job is to expand and grow the coaching program, help people find their success. And a month and a half in, we are just about to hit 30. So we've doubled it, which is pretty crazy. It blows my mind every time I walk in. And so
your board keeps getting bigger.
My board keeps getting bigger. I have a board in my office where everybody keeps track of their numbers.
Tracking.
Yeah. Yes. So and it's a little bit of a competitive, fun thing to do, but it also gives people this sort of visual of where they are compared to everybody else, because it's a support as well. So as of Thursday, we had 17 houses under contract in just the coaching program.
And that's just over a month.
Just over a month.
17 contracts.
17, yeah.
That rocks.
Thank you.
It absolutely rocks.
It's these guys that are doing the hard work.
That really does. Yeah. Well, and there's a lot to be said about speed of the leader, speed of the pack. Yeah. As we lead, and we do a lot of the things that, I think that's been the beauty of being affiliated with Keller Williams and Keystone Partners Group. I see all the different people that I've had the blessing to work with, that all the leadership are all on the same page. They're growing, they're working, they've got some great values, they've got some great standards. And, when we can just